What is the first thing you usually do in the morning when you wake up? Do you jump out of bed, make yourself a strong cup of coffee, check your phone for news, or take a long hot shower to feel more awake? These habits may sound familiar and even healthy, right? But the truth is, one of these morning routines might be silently raising your blood pressure every single day, putting extra stress on your heart without you realizing it. I used to think it was no big deal. But after seeing so many older adults experience dizziness, headaches, or even minor strokes just from a small change in their morning routine, I came to understand this. What you do in the first 15 minutes after waking up can determine your cardiovascular health for the entire day. In this video, I'll reveal one common but dangerous morning habit that many seniors unknowingly practice. Something that seems harmless but actually puts your heart at risk. I'll also show you a simple adjustment you can make in just 3 days to help stabilize your blood pressure and support long-term heart health. Leave a comment below. What do I usually do first thing in the morning? I'd love to hear about your routine and have a conversation about it. And if you find this kind of information helpful, make sure to subscribe to Message for the Elderly, where I share natural, gentle, and effective health tips made especially for those over 60. High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is one of the most common yet most underestimated health problems among older adults. In fact, nearly 70% of Americans over the age of 65 are living with high blood pressure, many without even realizing it. And while the condition might not cause immediate pain or discomfort, its long-term consequences can be devastating. Uncontrolled high blood pressure silently wears down your body over time. It significantly increases your risk of stroke, heart attack, and even kidney failure. Think of your blood vessels like soft rubber tubes. When blood pressure is constantly high, those tubes become stiff, narrow, and more prone to blockage or rupture. That's why high blood pressure is often called the silent killer, because it causes damage quietly, often without noticeable symptoms, until something serious happens. In older adults, this problem becomes even more serious. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose elasticity, and our organs become more sensitive to changes in blood flow. That means even slight spikes in blood pressure, especially in the morning, can have outsized effects. One sudden surge can lead to dizziness, blurred vision, or worse, a mini-stroke. Not only does high blood pressure affect your heart and blood vessels, it also affects your brain. Over time, poor circulation caused by hypertension can reduce the amount of oxygen and nutrients your brain receives. That's why people with uncontrolled high blood pressure are at higher risk of memory loss, cognitive decline, and even dementia. Now here's the part most people overlook. Some of the smallest habits you perform every morning can cause your blood pressure to swing unpredictably throughout the day. Whether it's drinking coffee on an empty stomach, rushing out of bed too quickly, or skipping hydration, these morning actions may seem harmless, but they can throw your entire system off balance. And that's exactly why we're having this conversation. Because protecting your heart and your brain doesn't always require medication or complicated treatments. Sometimes, all it takes is becoming aware of these hidden morning triggers and making simple, mindful changes. In the next part of this video, we'll talk about one specific morning habit that millions of seniors rely on every day, thinking it's helpful, when in fact, it may be quietly raising their blood pressure and straining their heart. Stay with me, because just recognizing and adjusting this one routine could make a big difference in how your body feels for the rest of the day. And that brings us to one of the most overlooked, yet potentially dangerous, morning habits for older adults: drinking coffee immediately after waking up. For many people, this feels like a harmless or even essential part of the morning routine. The warm mug, the rich aroma, and the burst of energy. It's comforting. But if you're over 60, this habit might be silently contributing to elevated blood pressure and heart strain, especially when done on an empty stomach. Let's break this down. Coffee contains caffeine, a stimulant that affects your central nervous system. When you drink it, caffeine causes your blood vessels to constrict, forcing your heart to work harder to push blood through. The result? A temporary but significant rise in blood pressure. For a younger person with flexible arteries, this may not be a big issue. But for seniors, whose blood vessels have likely lost elasticity, it's a different story. Now consider what happens when you drink that cup of coffee before eating anything. With no food to slow absorption, caffeine enters your bloodstream more quickly and triggers your adrenal glands to release cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. This early surge in cortisol can send your body into a heightened state of alertness before you've even left the bedroom. It disrupts your natural hormone rhythm and keeps your blood pressure elevated for hours. This is why so many seniors feel jittery or lightheaded in the morning but don't know why. They assume it's due to poor sleep or aging. In reality, that first cup of coffee might be stressing your heart and blood vessels without your awareness. And the risks don't stop there. After the age of 60, your cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive. Your blood vessels are more rigid, your kidneys slower to process fluids, and your heart less tolerant of sudden pressure changes. So when you introduce caffeine, especially first thing in the morning, it's like pressing on the gas pedal when the engine's not ready. You might notice a hot or flushed face shortly after sipping coffee, heart palpitations or a pounding sensation in your chest, a mild headache or stiffness at the back of your neck about 30 minutes after, a strange sensation of pressure or tightness in your upper chest, dizziness, shakiness, or trouble keeping balance while doing simple morning tasks. These might seem like minor annoyances, but over time, they can wear down your system. They may even lead to mini strokes, known medically as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, temporary interruptions of blood flow to the brain that often go unnoticed but can be precursors to more serious events. And here's something even more concerning. Many seniors drink stronger coffee now than they did when they were younger. They use dark roasts, espresso blends, or pour-over methods that concentrate caffeine. Combine that with an empty stomach and a sensitive heart, and you have the perfect storm for elevated morning blood pressure. Yet the habit persists because coffee feels like a friend. It's part of the morning comfort, the routine, the ritual. But here's the truth. Coffee itself isn't the enemy. It's when and how you drink it that matters. So if you're someone who reaches for coffee first thing in the morning, especially before eating or hydrating, it may be time to pause and reconsider. Because that single habit, repeated daily, might be putting unnecessary strain on your heart and brain without you realizing it. And the good news? You don't have to give up coffee completely. In the next section, I'll show you how to adjust your morning routine in simple, senior-friendly ways that allow you to keep enjoying your coffee without risking your health. You'll learn what to do first, what to eat before that first sip, and how to balance your mornings for better energy and a healthier heart. Let's get into it. And while coffee on an empty stomach may be the most obvious culprit, it's not the only morning habit that can silently raise your blood pressure, especially in older adults. In fact, there are several other common routines that seem harmless but are actually putting your heart and blood vessels under stress. Let's look at 4 of them. 1. Sitting up too quickly right after waking. Most people don't think twice about how they get out of bed. They hear the alarm, open their eyes, and sit straight up or swing their legs off the bed in one quick motion. But for seniors, this sudden movement can be a real shock to the body. Here's why. When you're sleeping, your body is in a horizontal position and your blood pressure tends to stabilize at a lower level. As soon as you sit or stand up suddenly, your body must rapidly adjust to pump blood against gravity. This triggers the sympathetic nervous system, what some call the fight or flight response, which causes your blood vessels to constrict and your heart to beat faster. For younger individuals, this shift is easy to manage. But for people over 60, Especially those with stiffer arteries or circulation issues, this can cause an abrupt spike in blood pressure. You may notice feeling dizzy or off balance when getting out of bed, a brief blackout or head rush, a rapid increase in heart rate, a sensation of anxiety or unease within minutes of standing. The simple fix? Take your time. When you wake up, remain lying down for 1 to 2 minutes, stretch gently, then roll to your side and slowly push yourself into a seated position. Give your body a chance to adjust. Your heart will thank you for it. 2. Taking hot showers immediately after waking. There's nothing quite like a hot shower to wake you up in the morning, right? The steam, the warmth, it feels relaxing. But here's what many seniors don't know. Exposing your body to very hot water first thing in the morning can stress your circulatory system. Hot water causes your blood vessels to dilate suddenly, especially those close to the skin. This sudden vasodilation can drop your blood pressure, and in response, your heart has to beat faster and harder to compensate and stabilize circulation. For someone with a healthy heart, this might not be a problem. But for seniors with pre-existing hypertension, heart disease, or fragile blood vessels, this abrupt cardiovascular shift can lead to heart palpitations or fluttering sensations, a flushed face and pounding in the chest, sudden fatigue after stepping out of the shower, lightheadedness or feeling faint when drying off. Hot showers can also dehydrate you further, especially if you haven't had water yet. And dehydration thickens the blood, making your heart work even harder to circulate it. If you rely on hot showers in the morning, try this instead. Lower the temperature slightly, take your shower after breakfast or light hydration, and limit your time under hot water to no more than 5 to 7 minutes. Even better, finish with a lukewarm rinse to bring your system back to balance. 3. Skipping water first thing in the morning. It's an easy habit to overlook, but one of the most important, drinking water immediately after waking up. During the night, your body loses moisture through breathing, sweating, and urination. When you wake up, you are already in a mildly dehydrated state, even if you don't feel thirsty. And when you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and more concentrated. This makes it harder for your heart to pump, and as a result, your body raises blood pressure to maintain circulation. Worse still, many seniors start their day with coffee or tea, both of which are diuretics, meaning they cause further water loss. So if you skip water in the morning, then drink coffee, you're doubling the strain on your heart. Symptoms of morning dehydration include dry mouth or throat, headache shortly after waking, low energy despite sleeping enough, cramping or muscle tightness in legs or hands, increased heart rate even at rest. The fix is simple. Drink a full glass of water, about 8 to 12 ounces, within 15 minutes of waking. You can add a slice of lemon, a few drops of apple cider vinegar, or a pinch of salt for extra hydration support. This simple act helps thin the blood, stabilize pressure, and rehydrate cells, setting the tone for healthier circulation throughout the day. 4. Checking your phone and reading negative news immediately. Let's face it, many of us reach for our phones before we even sit up. Emails, news headlines, social media, or text messages, it's the digital equivalent of diving into stress. But here's what most people don't realize. Starting your day with mental stress has a direct impact on your physical health. When you read upsetting news, respond to stressful emails, or scroll through negative posts, your brain responds as if you're under real threat. This triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline, two hormones that raise your heart rate and constrict blood vessels. The result? A mild but measurable rise in blood pressure, one that can linger for hours if not addressed. For seniors, this type of daily emotional stimulation, especially first thing in the morning, can gradually erode cardiovascular resilience. It may also worsen sleep quality, increase anxiety, and disrupt your natural rhythm of energy and rest. Some signs you might be starting your day with too much stimulation include feeling overwhelmed before breakfast, tension in your chest or shoulders upon reading emails, a drop in mood before you've even left the bedroom, clenching your jaw or frowning without realizing it. Try a new rule: delay checking your phone by at least 30 to 60 minutes. Instead, spend that time stretching, sipping water, or sitting quietly with a light activity like journaling or walking outside. This gives your body and brain time to transition naturally from rest to wakefulness, without the hormonal spike that puts stress on your heart. In summary, these seemingly simple morning habits, jumping out of bed, taking a hot shower, skipping water, or checking the news too early, might be silently affecting your blood pressure in ways you don't even notice. But the good news is, they're all easy to change. In the next part, we'll explore what you can do instead. I'll walk you through a gentle, heart-friendly morning routine that helps regulate blood pressure, improve energy, and protect your heart, without giving up comfort or convenience. Let's make your mornings work for you, not against you. So now that we've identified some of the most common morning habits that can quietly raise your blood pressure, the next question is, what should you do instead? The good news is, you don't need to give up comfort or completely overhaul your routine. By making just a few simple adjustments, you can help your body transition gently into the day, protecting your heart, stabilizing your blood pressure, and boosting your energy naturally. Let's go through 4 safe, effective, and senior-friendly morning habits that support cardiovascular health without adding stress. 1. Start with a glass of warm water with lemon or ginger. Instead of reaching for coffee right away, give your body what it truly needs first thing in the morning: hydration. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is in a slightly dehydrated state. Drinking a glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon juice or a slice of fresh ginger helps jumpstart your digestive system and gently awaken your metabolism. But more importantly, it also helps thin your blood, making it easier for your heart to pump without raising pressure. Lemon contains potassium and vitamin C, both of which support blood vessel flexibility and reduce inflammation. Ginger, on the other hand, has natural vasodilating properties, meaning it can help relax and widen blood vessels, aiding in smoother circulation and better oxygen delivery throughout the body. This one small act, done in the first 10 minutes of your day, can set the tone for a healthier cardiovascular rhythm throughout the morning. 2. Roll to your side and sit up slowly. It may sound too simple to matter, but how you get out of bed can have a direct impact on your blood pressure. Instead of suddenly sitting up or swinging your legs off the bed, take a few extra seconds. Roll onto your side first. Then, with your hands, gently push yourself into a seated position. Breathe slowly and deeply as you do it. This gradual shift allows your body's baroreceptors, the sensors that regulate blood pressure, to adjust smoothly to the change in posture. It reduces the risk of orthostatic hypotension, a condition where blood pressure drops too quickly upon standing, leading to dizziness, blurred vision, or even fainting. Especially for seniors, this habit can help prevent falls, minimize heart strain, and avoid morning disorientation. It may take an extra minute or two, but the long-term benefits are worth every second. 3. Step outside and breathe deeply for 2 to 3 minutes. Once you're up and hydrated, go outside, or simply open a window, and take a few deep, intentional breaths. Fresh morning air contains more oxygen, and breathing deeply helps deliver that oxygen directly to your bloodstream. The result is a gentle vasodilation effect, meaning your blood vessels expand slightly, allowing for easier blood flow and reduced internal pressure. Try this simple practice. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 2 seconds. Exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle for 2 to 3 minutes, standing or sitting comfortably. If possible, Face the sun with your eyes closed to also stimulate your circadian rhythm, helping regulate cortisol naturally and giving you a calm sense of alertness without triggering a stress response. This brief breathing ritual can lower your resting heart rate, relax your nervous system, and create a feeling of peace that carries into the rest of your day. 4. Delay coffee by 1 to 2 hours and choose gentler alternatives. If you love coffee, you don't have to give it up entirely. But consider this: your body already produces natural cortisol in the morning to help you wake up. Drinking coffee at the same time can double the cortisol spike, leading to unnecessary stress on your heart and circulatory system. Instead, wait at least 1 to 2 hours after waking up, ideally after breakfast, before drinking your first cup of coffee. This allows your body to complete its natural waking process without overstimulation. By the time you do enjoy your coffee, it becomes a gentle boost rather than a jolt. If you need something warm and energizing earlier in the morning, try herbal teas or diluted ginger tea. These can help you feel alert without raising blood pressure. Some great options include chamomile for relaxation and digestion, lemongrass for a fresh, calming effect, ginger with honey for circulation and warmth. By making this small shift, delaying coffee and introducing gentler drinks, you give your heart a break and your nervous system a chance to ease into the day. Incorporating these 4 small changes can make a major difference in how you feel each morning and how your heart functions throughout the day. Instead of shocking your system with heat, stress, or stimulants, you're giving your body the gentle support it needs to perform well, heal better, and stay balanced. In the next section, I'll share a real-life story from a senior who tried these changes and was surprised by the results. Because sometimes, it only takes a few thoughtful tweaks to completely transform how you move through life, especially after 60. Stay with me. And sometimes, the best proof that these gentle changes actually work comes not from research papers or medical charts, but from real people living real lives. One of our longtime viewers, a 72-year-old gentleman from Ohio, shared his story with us, and with his permission, I want to pass it on to you. He wrote, "For nearly 30 years, I started every single day with a strong black coffee, sometimes before I even stood up. I thought I needed it just to get going. Without it, I felt groggy and useless. But 2 months ago, I stood up too fast after finishing my coffee and fainted in the bathroom. I hit the floor hard. Thankfully, there was no serious injury, but the fall scared me enough to make me rethink my entire routine." He had always brushed off the lightheadedness in the mornings as just getting old. But after that incident, he decided to give some of the suggestions from this channel a try. For 2 weeks, he made just a few changes. He drank a full glass of warm water with lemon first thing after waking. He stayed in bed an extra 2 minutes before sitting up slowly. He delayed his coffee until after breakfast. He stepped outside and took a few minutes to breathe in the fresh morning air before turning on the news or checking his phone. And here's what he noticed. After the first 3 days, I didn't feel as jittery in the morning. I wasn't crashing at 10 a.m. like I used to. By the end of the first week, I realized I hadn't felt dizzy once. And for the first time in years, I felt like I had steady energy all day long. Not that wired, anxious kind of energy, but calm alertness. My blood pressure readings improved too. In fact, at my last checkup, my doctor said there's no need to increase my medication like we'd been planning. He went on to say that these changes felt surprisingly natural. Nothing was extreme. He didn't have to cut out coffee entirely or take new supplements. He just changed the order and timing of his habits, and the results were almost immediate. I used to feel like my body was fighting me every morning. Now, it feels like it's working with me again. Stories like his are powerful reminders that you don't have to wait for a crisis to take your health seriously. Sometimes, all it takes is a bit of awareness, a willingness to experiment, and a few consistent choices made every morning. And he's not alone. Many other seniors in our community have reported similar results. Fewer dizzy spells, more mental clarity, more stable blood pressure, and most importantly, a sense of confidence that they're in control of their mornings again. In the final part of this video, I'll wrap up everything we've learned today and offer you a gentle challenge. Because your body may be aging, yes, but it's also still listening, still adapting, and it's never too late to give it the care it deserves. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered today. Coffee isn't the enemy. In fact, it can still be a part of your routine. But when it comes to protecting your heart and stabilizing your blood pressure, the timing and context of that coffee matter more than you might think. Drinking it on an empty stomach or within minutes of waking may be silently pushing your blood pressure higher day after day, without any obvious warning signs. And it's not just the coffee. Small, seemingly harmless habits, like jumping out of bed too quickly, skipping that first glass of water, or reading stressful headlines before your feet even touch the floor, can all place unnecessary strain on a body that deserves more gentleness and care, especially after 60. But here's the hopeful truth: your body is incredibly intelligent. It doesn't need drastic changes or extreme routines. It simply needs a softer, slower start to the day. A few deep breaths, a little hydration, a moment of calm before stimulation. That alone is enough to reset your nervous system and give your heart the space it needs to perform at its best. So here's my challenge for you. Try these small changes for just 3 days. Drink water first. Sit up slowly. Delay your coffee. Step outside. Observe how your body responds. You might be surprised by how much better you feel, how much more steady, alert, and peaceful your mornings become. And once you've tried it, come back here and let me know how it went. I read every comment. And the more we share our stories, the more we help each other take back control of our health, one morning at a time. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel, Message for the Elderly, so you never miss gentle, natural solutions like this one. And if there's someone in your life, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who starts every day with a racing heart or a shaky step, share this video with them. It might be the easiest, most meaningful way to help prevent a silent stroke or a dangerous fall before it happens. Because your heart has done so much for you. Isn't it time you gave it a softer start to the day? Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.